My roommate wouldn't stop chasing my boyfriends, so I handed her a perfect guy who vanished. Vanessa and I were roommates in college, and she had this accident that kept happening. Anytime I brought a boyfriend over, she'd walk out in a towel, like she forgot she wasn't alone. She'd giggle, say, oops, and somehow it was always when a guy was there. It happened enough that I stopped inviting people over because I already knew what she'd do. When I started dating Jordan from my psychology class, I told myself it wouldn't work on him. Jordan was sweet. He listened when I talked. He showed up with coffee before our 8 a.m. lecture. So when our study group met at our apartment, I thought it was fine. Then Vanessa started hovering every single time. She'd bring Jordan drinks, sit too close, and touch his arm like it meant nothing. She'd interrupt me mid-sentence and act like she was just being helpful. Jordan started texting me back slower, and he stopped making plans unless we were all together. Vanessa would smile and ask if I was jealous, like it was funny. She even started leaving her bedroom door open when Jordan came over. One night I got back late from my shift at the campus bookstore. I opened the door and froze. Jordan and Vanessa were making out on our couch like they were the couple. Jordan jumped up with his shirt half unbuttoned and said, "It just happened. I'm confused." Vanessa shrugged and said, "You snooze, you lose, babe." I grabbed Jordan's stuff, stuffed it in a trash bag, and threw it at him. He tried to talk. I slammed the door in his face. I moved out within a week because I couldn't stand breathing the same air as her. I thought that would be the end of it. It wasn't. 6 months later, I was dating Noah from my gym. He was chill, funny, and loved boxing class. The first day I brought him as my guest, Vanessa showed up at the same gym. Same class, same time. She smiled like we were old friends and said, "No way, you come here too? I've always wanted to try this." During class, she kept drifting toward Noah, asking for help, picking him as her sparring partner, laughing at everything. After, Noah said, "She's cool," and I told him straight up, "Be careful with her." He brushed it off and said I was reading into it. 2 weeks later, I decided to surprise Noah with dinner at his apartment. I had a spare key. I walked in, heard laughter, and turned the corner. Vanessa was straddling him on the kitchen counter, takeout boxes everywhere. Noah looked panicked and said, "She told me you two weren't even that serious." Vanessa rolled her eyes and said, "Plus, you're always working anyway." That was the third time, and I stopped trying to be nice about it. Vanessa didn't just want attention. She wanted to take what was mine and watch me react. And she had one obsession: influencer guys, the ones with perfect photos and big followings. She talked about it non-stop, like a famous boyfriend would fix her whole life. So I got help from my cousin's friend, Zach. Zach was tall, good-looking, and hated social media. I promised him a couple $100 if he'd let me use a few old photos and send a few messages. We made a fake account that looked real enough for Vanessa to believe, and Zach reached out. Vanessa replied so fast it was scary. Within days, she was calling him her boyfriend and telling people he was big online. She started spending like crazy to impress him, paying for dinners and a weekend trip she couldn't afford. She bought camera stuff on credit and quit her coffee job because she said Zach was about to make her famous. Zach told me she was pushing harder every week, begging him to post her, planning their brand, talking about moving. She acted like he was a prize she'd finally won, and she didn't even notice how fake it all was. After 3 months, Zach said he couldn't take one more message, so I told him to end it. One day he was there, and the next day the account was gone. No warning, no goodbye. Vanessa tried calling, texting, and searching like she could force a person into existing. Then she showed up at my door, mascara running, shaking so hard she could barely hold her phone. She kept saying, "I don't get it. He said he loved me. How can someone be that fake?" She started listing everything she'd lost: her savings, her job, her pride, like she couldn't stop the words. I handed her a tissue, looked her right in the eye, and said, "Yeah, I don't understand how someone could be so fake either." Her face went blank, and she finally stopped talking. Now everyone is saying I went too far with that fake account. Was I wrong?